Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, your Moving Biz CEO, Sean John. Welcome back to the channel. For everyone who's a supporter of the channel, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I started about a year ago. I really honestly had no idea how people will react or respond to the channel. I just thought that, hey, since I have been through so much in the moving industry, learning about business, and the truth is I have made so many mistakes that I was like, why not just get on it? At least I can just share my stories about what I've been through and some things I experienced. And maybe, just maybe, it'll possibly help at least one person, hopefully two, but at least one, to not make the same mistakes so that you can actually build your business better than what I did. So I'm a big believer in each one teach one, right? So share what you've learned, share the things that your experience that you've been through, so that guys don't make the same mistakes that you made, right? They shouldn't have to. Not if they listen, right? So, but again, so to jump into the video real quick, you're doing it wrong. Why do I say that? And I want that to stand out. You're doing it wrong. If you're experiencing certain things, burnout, fatigue, frustration, not motivated, disgusted, whatever, if you're feeling like you don't qualify, if you're feeling like it's not worth it, like on and on and on, if you're starting to feel these things about your business, then those things aren't happening to tell you that you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's not true. Because I went through all those things. What those things are telling you is that you've done an excellent job. You were very good at this, but it's not necessarily the right thing. So what were you good at? You've actually done an excellent job at building yourself a job and not a business. You actually built yourself a job. You didn't build yourself a business, right? So you built a job for yourself and not a business. Now, the problem is building a job is fine in the beginning, but it's not sustainable. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up if you haven't already. Welcome to the channel. Let's get the views up. Let's get the subscriptions up so that we can start sharing this channel. My goal is to become the #1 channel when it comes to teaching you about the moving business, or really just any business, because I love business. So if I could teach you about any business, that'd be awesome. So if that's something that you're interested in, let's go through that, right? So, but if you're feeling any of these symptoms, then the sickness is that you've created a job. You're sick, but you don't know it. Your business is sick, but you don't know it. You're starting to feel the cough. You're starting to feel the achy legs. The fever's starting to go up, right? You want to sleep more. You don't have an appetite. What's happened? Well, you've successfully designed for yourself a job when you should have been designing a business. But I'm not going to fuss at you. I'm not mad at you. Why? Because who knows how to do this in the beginning? Not many. I had no idea what I was doing in the beginning. I didn't know the difference between designing a business and designing a job, right? And so those are the symptoms of developing, what do you call it? I don't know, jobitis, right? So you're an entrepreneur, or you say you're an entrepreneur, that's fine. You actually just start up in the business of entrepreneur. That's okay. We'll get you to where we need to get you to. By the way, I am now offering training to teach you how to build, grow, and scale your business. And my goal is to not only get you to learn how to run your business from an outside perspective as a CEO, but if you're interested, I want to teach you how to have multiple locations in your area so that you can eat off of all of those trees. It's one thing if one tree produces good fruit and you get to eat, that's yummy. But if I can teach you how to get 4 or 5 trees, 3, 4, 5 trees in the same area that can produce the same fruit, that's even better. How many know that's even better, right? So if you create a job for yourself, there's burnout, there's fatigue, there's things like that, and eventually it's going to wear you out to where it's no longer going to be about the money. You're just going to want to be left alone. I've shared the story where I had a guy, I was so worn out. I had a guy that wanted to pay me $600 to come and move a piano from one room to the other and just put it back. That's it. And I put the phone on mute, turned over, and went back to sleep because I didn't want the money. I was so tired. I was so fatigued. I was so burned out, so frustrated from what had happened the day before, just working all day, because I didn't know how to build a business, how to build a team. I didn't realize that I had created a job for myself. I wasn't motivated. I was disgusted, and I didn't even want the money. It's bad when you're in business and you don't want to get paid. I wanted to go back to sleep, right? I was burned out because I had created a job for myself. It was pretty, but it was just a job, right? And so what I try to teach you guys is from now on, even if you have a job, that's fine. But what I want to do is I want to teach you how to build a beautiful business for yourself. I want to teach you how to focus on having a business, because the symptoms that you experience from having a job are bad. I can put down here, hate, watch this, hate money. You're going, what? Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. I hated money that day. That wasn't the only day. There's plenty of times where I was like, you know what? I don't even want to get paid today. I'm so tired, so beat up. I don't even want to go out. I'm preaching better than y'all, amen. And if any of this hits home with you, makes sense to you, drop a fire emoji in the comment. Drop a fire, let me know, Sean, you are on fire. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been through this myself, and it is no fun, right? And so I got people now that's reaching out to me, want to learn how to take their business from a job to a business. And so I'm going to teach guys how to do that, right? It's about a 6 to 8 week training. Just giving you a heads up. It does take time to apply this. It's worth the investment. It's worth the amount. I would have paid anything. I would have paid $10,000 if I would have had somebody who was willing to take me from here to here. Having a job is painful. Can I write painful? It's painful. Trying to become an entrepreneur, starting a business because you know how to do the thing is painful. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea other than the fact that I knew I could do it. That was my legit reason for starting a business, right? But it was very painful. I don't like pain. I don't like shots. I don't like any of those. I don't like pain, right? And so what we want to do is we want to take you from pain to pleasure. I want to take you from pain to pleasure and teach you how to build a 6 or 7 figures. And the reason I say it that way, because I know the fluff on the internet is $1 million a year. You may not need $1 million a year to live the life you want to live. That's why I don't talk about a certain amount of money all the time. I talk about freedom. What's your freedom number? Meaning that if $10,000 a month cash flow from your business is freedom, which is just $120 a year, but that takes care of all your bills and give you the life you want to live, that's freedom. That's all you need. You don't need $1 million. 150, 120 is fine, right? So what I want to do is I want to take you from pain, get rid of this pain, and then bring you over to this pleasure, right? And so in order to do that, you have to learn to move away from owning a job to creating an actual business. So the first thing that's got to change in order for you to do that is your mindset. You have to change the way you think when it comes to being a business owner. One of the other things that's got to change, your perspective. Your perspective of your business. I know it's your baby. I got you. But in order for the reason you're in the situation you're in is because you won't let other people feed your baby. You've got to get some help from time to time. You're going to burn out. And if you're trying to be the one that's changing the diapers, feeding the baby, checking on the baby, all the appointments, eventually you're going to burn out, become fatigued, frustrated, not motivated, disgusted, and you'll become like me. You're going to hate money. You just want to sleep, right? And I don't want you to just want to sleep and hate money. So I want to bring you from pain to pleasure, change your mindset, change your perspective, meaning how are you looking at your business? From what perspective? Let me guess. You're looking at your business from an employment perspective, an employee perspective more so, right? So you're thinking like an employee. Nobody does it better than me. See, employee, right? If I want it done right, got to do it myself. See, employee, I got you. Those are things that's employee vocabulary. So we got to change the vocabulary. We got to change the vocabulary. We got to change the words you use. Nobody does it better than me. Now, no. From now on, I want you to make sure everyone does it better than you. Because if you're the only one who can do it, congratulations, you have a job you're going to hate. But if others can do it better than you, congratulations, you have a biz. We don't need you. It can still operate without you. All right, case in point. I have a friend here in Dallas. He owns a small rib joint, right? Good food, whatnot. And he was looking a couple years back. He was looking for a $50,000 investment. So I was like, all right, we'll come walk around. I come walk around, take a look, see how the operation goes. And so, true story, God honest truth, that we were walking through, my brother and I, we probably gonna drop some money into it because we thought he had a good deal. But so as we dug into it, we found out what he called a business was actually a job. Here's how I knew it. So we were going through, and I was like, and I can say his name because you don't know him. I was like, yeah, John, man, this rib, look, your food is good, everything's on point, your customer service on point, everything, dude, you got to drive through. Man, you're on point, you're smashing it. But let me ask you this. Who does the food? The food is delicious, man. The ribs, the brisket, all is delicious. Who does it? I do it. He said it with pride. You guys say it with pride. I know. It's like, I do it, man. I do it. All right, got you. I'm just listening. It's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I was like, so how does the process work? Man, you got to be at 4 a.m, blah, blah, blah. Gotcha. I said, John, all right, so let me ask you this. If you're not here, can anybody cook it? Because I had to rephrase it so he didn't know what I was trying to get the answer for, the real question I was asking. So I had to rephrase it just to get the answer I wanted without him thinking ahead of time about the answer he was going to give, right? Because if I would have come out and just said, hey, if you're not here, bro, we got a problem. So instead of saying that, I said, hey, listen, since you're the best person on the grill, what happens what happens if you can't get to the grill, if you can't cook it that day? Or if you're not available to work? And he was like, man, nobody can do it like me. And he said it with pride. And I'm sure he loves saying that. But to me, looking at my perspective, remember, perspectives change. From his perspective, that was a good thing because he owned a job. But from an investment perspective, that was a terrible thing because we were looking for a business to invest in, not a person. A business. What's the difference between a job and a business? I'll tell you real quick. A job is made up of an individual. A business, successful business, is made up of systems. Did y'all get that? So a job is made up of an individual, a person who can do the thing, who decides to start a business doing the thing. But a system is made up of a system that does the thing or gets the thing done without actually having to have that individual in place to do the thing that needs to get done. Does that make sense? All right, thumbs up, guys. Drop some fire emojis if this is making sense. So if you're out there right now and you're feeling any of these symptoms, you're burned out, you're fatigued all the time. Man, I love my family. I'm just tired even when I'm not there. Even when I'm out with my family, at the park, at church, at restaurant, I'm still thinking about business. My phone might ring. I have to go answer because I got to keep my crews busy. I'm scared I'm going to lose my guys when it's slow. I don't want to do that. What should I do? Right? That's where mentorship come in. That's where I come in. And I say, hey, pump your brakes on all that panic. Here's what you need to do. Right? If you're frustrated, not motivated, man, I don't know if this is for me. Pump the brakes on that. That's foolish talk. You're in the right place. You're just doing things wrong. Right? You're in the swimming pool, right? But you're not kicking your legs. And you keep thinking that you can't swim. And I'm telling you, there's something wrong with the process that you're doing. Your process is broken. You have a job, right? You're disgusted. You hate money. You're frustrated. Everything gets on your nerves. Everywhere you go, you got to take the business. You can't go to church. There were days I was in church. I got to step out of church in the middle of the sermon to answer the phone because we need this job, right? And it just affects everything to where you're like, oh my gosh, I hate this phone. I don't even want to answer it. Now you're getting to the point where you hate money. This is where your business is gonna die if you don't do something. And I'm here to tell you what to do. You need to go from having a job to having a business where there's pleasure. Your mindset changes, shifts from that of an employee to a CEO. Your perspective of your business changes. So, hey, don't worry about it. Step outside of your business. Look back at it, right? Stop thinking about doing everything, right? Your vocabulary changes. You don't say things like, if it got to be done right, I got to do it myself. I guess I'll go on my own. Nobody's better than me. I'm the best guy on the ribs. Nobody can cook ribs like me. And I'm telling you, hey, pump your brakes. Everybody should be able to cook them just like you because you should have the ingredients in place. where they can simply follow the ingredients and do the same thing. It's not a good thing that they can't do it like you. Get them to do it better than you, right? So if you create a job, it's based on you. That's why you're feeling all this pain. It's very painful. If you create a business, then you create systems. It's very pleasurable. Which do you like? Do you like pain or do you like pleasure? If you like pain, stay where you are. You don't need me. You don't need mentorship. You don't need guidance. You don't need anything. This is your list. Stick with it. Eventually, your business will die. But if you're somebody like Chris that I'm mentoring or a bunch of other guys that I'm teaching how to grow their business, and you like pleasure because you like freedom, you like time with your family, eating the foods you want to eat, living where you want to live, putting your kids in the schools you want to put them in, living in good neighborhoods, driving nice cars, taking vacations when you want to, taking your wife home from work, your spouse home from work because they don't have to be at work all the time, right? And doing things you want to do and looking back and going, man, I'm just going to take a month off from work, let the company make money, and we're going to go travel and have a good time. If you want to do something like that, then you need to learn how to create a business which relies on systems and not you, and this creates pleasure. So what do you want? You want pain or you want pleasure? If you want pain, stay where you are. If you want pleasure, I'm going to drop a link in the first comment below. That's going to be for the Masterclass CEO training. My advice to you, get it, learn, apply, or like I like to say, applicate. Put what I'm going to teach you into work, into your system, and you're going to have a thriving 6 or 7 figure business in no time. If you do what I teach you to do. It's not cheap. It's going to cost you, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if I charge $10,000 or $100,000, does not matter. If you won't do this, move from a job to a business, you're not going to be around anyway. So there it is, your decision. So if you are serious about what you want out of life, then I suggest that you invest into your business and learn the things you don't know, right? So you could get it now. It's not going to be on sale, nothing like that. It's worth it. You want to change your life, you're serious about your business, you better figure something out, right? If you like that pain, stay in pain. If you want pleasure, then come to the land of the pleasurable, right? Come over here, work with us. We'll teach you how to grow this business. If you're looking over here and going, man, this is me, you need to get over here ASAP, invest in the business. It's the link is going to be in the comment below. Click it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.